All right, let's make some modern canvas art. So I have these canvases from Five Below, and then I have these shims that came in a pack. You can get them from like Home Depot, Lowe's, and then this canvas I didn't use before, but I'm just gonna reuse it. So I'm just gonna take and I'm gonna glue the shims on. You can do a whole wood piece with this. I get a couple of packs and cover the whole thing, but the one pack of shims just covers like a little section. So I'm just placing them around however I feel. I did a little border, and then I'm kind of like staggering them. It's going to have little gaps, but that's okay. And all of the shims are not going to be the same size, so they're not going to be the same width, height. So you're just going to play around with them, put them on how you feel, and then you can see I have little gaps there, but like I said, that's fine. I hot glued them down. Once that dried, I came back in with some caulk from the Dollar Tree. You can use anything really that is like thick just to fill in those gaps, or you can leave the gaps unfilled in. I just pushed it around with my finger because I wanted to have the wood look and then not the wood look at the same time. I just wanted a textured look to it. Once that dries, I spray painted that section with some black spray paint. So just around that section, then this is how that looks. And then I'm just going to do the baking soda method with the paint. So I just took some white paint that I got from the Dollar Tree, some baking soda. You can make this thicker if you want a thicker texture, but I just wanted just a slight amount of texture. So I just poured it out. I didn't have a big paintbrush because my kid takes my paintbrushes, so I'm just using some tissue and just patting it down, but you can use a sponge brush, anything for that. And I wanted to make a frame for this one right here. So what I did was I took and I went to Home Depot. I got these long pieces of wood and then made a frame. Oh, I also added in a gold border for this, but I lost the footage. I added in a gold border around the piece. So I'm just laying it down. You can do it where it's up and it's higher, but I just laid it flat and then I just measured it out, cut the pieces. You could just do this on an angle and make you like a floating frame, but I just wanted to make it real nice and simple. Once I cut the pieces to fit around, or you could do a reverse canvas. You could do this so many different ways, or you can leave it without a canvas. Once I cut those pieces, I sanded it down, and I'm just going to glue them together. So you can use wood glue, Gorilla Glue. You just want to make sure you keep it together while it's drying. And then I painted that frame black, and this is how it came out. So easy, so simple. And you also glue the picture inside to the frame so that everything stays together. Now for this one I'm using items from the Dollar Tree. So I have a canvas from the Dollar Tree. I was going to use the beaded necklaces from the Dollar Tree, but I decided to use these little beads that I got in a pack. So if you were going to use the beaded necklace, it would just be kind of the same concept. I'm going to try to make like a feather. So you just lay it out and then you would cut the pieces and lay them over. But it was just too thick and too consistent all the way around. I wanted it to look rough and like it was made. So I'm using these because they are, I don't know if you can tell, they are slightly different in size. So everything won't be exactly the same. You can lay them out and see how you want it, or you can sketch it out before just to kind of get an idea of where you want the pieces to lay. If you're going to be doing this and not doing anything on top, you would want to be careful with what you use to sketch it out because you'll be able to see it after, but I'm going to paint mine after. So once I sketched out kind of like a rough draft of how I want it, I'm just going to take and glue on each of these little things. So they have like a little bit of glitter on them. So I got these from the Dollar Tree too, but they have like a little bit of glitter on them. So yeah, you just, I don't know if it's picking it up. Not important, but I don't know if it's picking it up. You just glue those down the way that you sketch out or the way that you laid it out. And then this is how it looks. You can leave it just like that. But like I said, I'm going to paint mine all one color. So I spray painted it white just to give it a good cover. And then I'm taking the baking soda and paint that I had left over from the other one, and I'm just kind of giving it more texture and covering up all the red. And then this is how it looks. It kind of has that rough look that I wanted it to have. Now for this one, this is the other part of the canvas because they come in 2 packs from Five Below, so you'll get 2 for the $5. This did not turn out the way that I wanted it to turn out. So I was going to cork it, but my cork, I had it open. You have to store it better. Um, and it was kind of thick, but I wanted just some arches. So I was taking and overlaying the arches, starting out with the big arch, just sketching it out to look how I wanted it to look. And then I was going to lay the cork over it. So you just need, if you're going to do this, you're going to need something that is smoother that you can play around with. Like I said, because you could see, I should have stopped right there, but I kept going because I thought I could save it, but yeah, it was too thick and it wasn't really workable the way that I wanted it to work out. But you would just lay it, shape it, and then you can put in curvature, you can do whatever you want. If you have the right texture, this can work out and it can be a really pretty piece of art. But like I said, it didn't work out the way that I wanted it to work out, so I changed up the plan. But I wanted to show you that if you did want to try the process, this is kind of just the basis of how you would do it. You would just sketch out and then just make your arches, clean up all your edges, all that type of stuff. And it kind of just overlays into itself. But like I said, it just kept getting worse the further I went along with it. I just wasn't looking the way that I wanted to look. I painted it. I even tried to add polka dots to save it. At a point, it didn't look like I wanted to look. So I found this paper pack at the Dollar Tree, and it has all of these different paper scraps. Some of them have texture, some of them don't have texture. But yeah, it's like a lot in the pack. So good thing this was easy to take off. So I really just peeled it off. It took a little bit of work, but I just peeled it off. Only thing it did do is took part of the canvas with it when I did take it off. So it kind of left a mark there. You could actually use that as part of the art, but I just covered it up. You can see it kind of has like a rough texture, but that's fine. I took and spray painted that, and then this is how it looks, and you can see how it took, part of the canvas off, so the color didn't really take. You can add a layer of something there to cover that up, but like I said, I just left it because I wanted it to have a rough look anyway. And then I'm just deciding which pieces of the scraps I want to use, and you can see they have a lot of pretty textures there, but I just went with some simple colored pieces. So I went with the brown, and that's like my base. So just kind of like a block artwork piece. So I took those pieces, laid them out how I wanted, and then I just layered on these like creamish white pieces. And I don't know if it's not picking it up in the picture, but it kind of has like a metallic look to it, and then it does have a little texture. Laid those out where I wanted those to go, and then just hot glued those down. After I did it, I did think about, I could have used like a Mod Podge method, and I could have went over those, and then it would have had like a nicer, flatter finish. I did the frame just like I did the other one, but I did this one and I stained it, and then this is how that one came out. Easy, simple, and again, I glued it to the frame once I was done. So I hope these gave you some inspiration to go out and create some of your own modern artwork.